science people. My name is Miss Mac and we are studying climate change. This is day 11. We are working with 1, a hypothesis, 2, review of materials, and 3, lab safety today. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Day 11, let's go. So these are your slides for today. This is task 1, the effects of carbon dioxide on climate. Explore planning a controlled experiment. So pause this video. Your slides should look like something like this. Pause this video, bring up your slides for today. All right, let's get started. This is your independent work, so complete the following in your student handout to begin your plans, the hypothesis and review of materials. So let's go do that. So I have my copy here of our student handout. We are going to scroll down and we are right here. Part 1, Student Lab, plan and conduct an experiment to model the effect of greenhouse gases on temperature. Explore. Today you will plan and carry out an experiment to help you answer the question you crafted in our previous lesson. So let's look at the lab here. We have our experimental question, and our question is, how do increased levels of CO2 affect the temperature inside a bottle when heated? And remember, CO2 is just carbon dioxide. And then we have a space for our hypothesis. So we want to start out with if blank, then blank, because blank. All right, and this first if is going to be if we do this. So if we, and then how do increased levels of carbon dioxide affect the temperature inside a bottle when heated? So if we increase the levels of CO2, and I'm going to copy and paste this from here. If we increase the levels of CO2 inside of a bottle, then we want our prediction about the temperature. So how does the level of carbon dioxide affect the temperature inside a bottle when heated? So if we increase the levels of CO2 inside of a bottle, then what's the temperature going to do when we heat up the bottle? And then you have to explain your reasoning. What do you know about this and how does it back up your hypothesis? So pause this video and fill in the blanks. All right, let's move on to the review of materials. 3 materials. Follow along as I read. We have 2 clear soda bottles with labels removed, aluminum foil, 2 thermometers, 250 milliliter beaker and water, 2 Alka-Seltzer tablets, break both in half, a 150 watt light fixture, a heat lamp, a ruler, and a stopwatch or timer. So those are our materials. Pause this video and Google anything that you need to Google, gather anything that you need to gather, etc. If your teacher gave you a specific way to review these materials, pause this video and do that now. All right, after we do our independent work, which you should have done, we are going to review the safety rules. So before you test your prototype, your group should review safety rules. Make a list of safety precautions you must follow while conducting your test. Let's review one more time the safety video and discuss the importance of always conducting experiments and tests safely. Now, your class should have done this already. You should have watched the video, or you need to pause this video and watch this video again. But I'm going to just go over the lab safety rules because this video would be way too long. It would be a million years long if we inserted the safety video here. So, lab safety rules. 1, get permission. Ask your parents and or your guardians for the permission to do the experiment. If you're staying at your aunt's house for this experiment, ask your parents and then your aunt because you're going to be using her facilities, her kitchen, her living room, her dining room, whatever you're using. Just get permission, basically. 2, avoid heat and use the best materials. Choose the best materials you can and avoid using heat. This is pretty common sense. Dress appropriately. Make sure your hair is tied back, you've secured any loose clothing, and you're wearing good shoes. And number 4, prepare for cleanup. Be prepared to clean up during and after your experiment. This is just good lab etiquette. If you're using your aunt's kitchen, your aunt is going to be mad at you if you leave her kitchen a mess. Trust me, I'm an aunt. I would be upset if my little nieces and nephews left my kitchen a mess after an experiment, especially if they were in middle school like you are. All right, let's move on to the independent work. Now that we've reviewed and discussed the safety rules, make a list of safety rules in your student handout that you need to follow while conducting your own investigation. So let's open up our student handout again. Safety. What safety rules would you need to observe based on the materials listed? So review the materials maybe one more time and come up with at least 3 material-specific rules that you and your group should follow. The rules can also be specific to your situation. I know a lot of us are learning at home, so maybe your grandpa doesn't want you getting stains on the rug where you're working on. That would be a safety rule that you need to consider. Also, let's look at the materials. Let's see, clear bottles with labels removed. Maybe you want to make a safety rule that details how to carefully remove a soda label. Those are examples. So pause this video, come up with at least 3 different safety rules on your own. All right, you should have those safety rules done. Let's move on to the next task, which is nothing in this video. This is the end of the video. Now you get to move on to whatever your human teacher told you to do, and I will see you in another video.